Wednesday, so you know what it is, what it do, what it is. I am the Grizz, Dakota Griswold, and welcome back to Yesterday Today. This, of course, is the show where we bring you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from yesterday today, and we got some good stuff that we want to talk about. We got a big, huge new hit that you probably weren't expecting to be a hit coming from, Xbox, and we got those Game of the Year nominees from the Game Awards themselves, so let's get into it right now. Alright, so let's start off today with the PSVR 2, that is, as in, it has officially went up for pre-order just yesterday, and I'm really interested in seeing what's going on in the coming months up to release, because a lot of people online were complaining about how high the price was, given the fact that a lot of these other VR's headsets are going up as well. So I really want to see how many people actually bought into this and what are the actual numbers going to be upon release in just the coming months. Just wanted to throw that little thing in there. So let's start talking about the PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra for the month of November. They're getting a lot of games and it's really interesting. Let's go straight over this list right now. They're getting Elder Scrolls V Special Edition, PS4 and PS5. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, PS4 and PS5. Kingdom Hearts 1.5, basically almost all of them. I don't even know which ones they're missing. There is a lot of Kingdom Hearts there. They just sweeping house right there. Now, Oddworld Soulstorm's Enhanced Edition. A lot of people online was wondering about that because they released it, the Enhanced Edition, day one on PS5, and there was a whole bunch of stuff around that. And now here's a really good one. Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Now, I bought this game a few years ago. It's a games as a service. The Division 1 was pretty good. Division 2, now that's pretty top notch. I got a chance to jump in there here and there. Never really played a whole lot. Maybe about 10 or so hours. Really enjoyed it. It's really tactical and it's actually kind of difficult. You know, people are used to playing Destiny, and I'm not saying you don't have to have skill to play Destiny, but you can kind of push your way through. But in the Division, the AI don't even play that, even on the easiest of missions. And then you got Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and Chorus is another game I can vouch for. It's a Star Fox type style sci-fi game out of space where you're playing a ship and your ship actually has powers. It's a living being. A game that I actually really enjoyed. That's also on Game Pass. What Remains of Edith Finch, The Gardens Between PS4 and PS5, and there's some Earth Defense Force games, two games, World Brothers and Iron Rain, and these games have been made for a very long time, and I've never got into it, and I always hear randomly here and there of a person that actually plays these games. But if you're a fan of these, let me know down in the comments below what you think of them. And then you have Oni-Chanbara Origin. It's those Bikini Samurai games out. And then, of course, you also have, for PlayStation Plus Premium for the month, you have a bevy of Ratchet & Clank games. Ratchet & Clank 2, Going Commando, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, Ratchet & Clank Deadlocked, which is probably still maybe my favorite Ratchet & Clank game, and that's actually called Ratchet Deadlock, not even Ratchet & Clank Deadlock. Ratchet & Clank Future, Tools of Destruction. Now, I absolutely love those Ratchet & Clank games, and this actually looks like a really good month for Plus, and for Extra, and even Premium, because it's always great when you get a bunch of Ratchet & Clank games. Now, those games, it's all the way back from the PS2 era, but these games are very good. So if you work with them and everything like that, I think there's really some fun to have. But let me know what you think about all these games down in the comments below. Okay, so I'm really excited for the month of November for Xbox Game Pass. While there's a bevy of pretty solid games coming out, I am specifically excited for Gungrave Gore. First, let me just tell you about some of the other games that's coming out here. First, we have Insurgency Sandstorm, Lapin, Soccer Story, Norco, Dune Spice Wars, Ghost Lore, and Darktide, that's PC. Now, I really want to give a good highlight to Gungrave Gore. So Gungrave Gore is, man, it's gonna be awesome. Simply, I remember when it came out on the PS2, it was called Gungrave Overdose, which that was actually a sequel to just Gungrave on the PS2 as well. Never got a chance to play that one, but Gungrave Overdose was an unnecessarily over-the-top action game that was based off of based off of an anime, and it's just so awesome, and it's just really my type of game, because this is coming to Game Pass day one on November 22nd. And this is the next game I'll be playing after I play God of War, and I'm just so happy that it was on Game Pass. The same day Evil West dropped, so it just helps me save a little bit of money that at least one of those games are coming to Game Pass. This game looks absolutely insane. Reminds me of the PS2 era of games. It just looks super modernized. I will be playing this. I will be reviewing it, especially if I really enjoy it and finish it all through, because even if not, I'm just going to make a coverage video, because I got so excited when this game came out. They even made a VR game, and I didn't get a chance to play it. It was on the PSVR. I'm just so excited to see this. Do you guys remember this from the PS2 era? Let me know down in the comments below, because I was a huge fan of this. So it's been going around, obviously. Xbox doesn't really have any games, but every so often Xbox or some Xbox game studios will pump out something pretty good. You had Outer Worlds, and now you have Pentiment. And while Pentiment might not be the game for everybody, while Outer Worlds was not for everybody, but if you were definitely like a Fallout, New Vegas type person, then you probably enjoyed Outer Worlds. And Pentiment kind of falls in the same territory because it's a very unique type genre. It's kind of a point and click genre where you're trying to solve a murder in early modern times, but it actually shocked a lot of people because they just said, this game looks weird, what is it actually about? But critics have definitely enjoyed it because it's sitting at an 86 on Metacritic, and that's very interesting to me. With Pentiment sitting at an 86 on Metacritic, let's go over some of these reviews. They have 41 positive reviews, which is 91%, 4 mixed ratings, which is only 8%. And I'm talking they got 100s down to the 80s, all the way down to the 60s, so it's a wide range. Further proving that this is a very niche game, but it's a very interesting game. It's a point and click, and there's always space for point and click games. You see we got New Adventures of Monkey Island this year. You know, people always love those games as well. Those Walking Dead games were really big. They weren't exactly point and click, but it was similar to these games, really heavily on the narrative. So I'm happy to see that an Xbox game is doing so well and being so well received. Now, hopefully we can put that energy into all of these other Xbox game IPs, because if this is the case of what's going on for Xbox, what's going to happen for Xbox in the future, well, I think the future is in good hands because Pentiment, it's a hit. Alright, and lastly, let's talk about the Game of the Year award at the Keelys, or the Game Awards, I should definitely say. And well, the nominees dropped this week, and of course there was going to be a bunch of talks and stuff going on around, but let's just go down the line here. A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, maybe you're wondering, what game do people feel like doesn't belong there? And yes, no one is saying Xenoblade Chronicles. They are 100% saying that Stray doesn't belong there. I guess you gotta kind of have that big indie game that was also a hit, but there was a bunch of other really great indie games that really didn't receive any recognition. I mean, you got Sifu, which was also kind of an indie, and then I loved Ollie World and Rollerdrome. Stuff like that didn't even get a lot of recognition. But Stray, I can vouch for Stray given the fact that I played and finished it. I'm a cat person as well. My cat has been seen on the channel. I love this game, and and I really want to say, like, some of these games you can say, look at all the conversation around a lot of these games. God of War is definitely big, right? Because this has been a 20 plus year, I guess you could say, franchise going on now. And then Elden Ring, it released early in the year, and it was at the top 10 almost the whole year. A lot of people who weren't even into Souls-like games got into Elden Ring. And then Plague Tale is actually on Game Pass. The sequel is on Game Pass. The original was, and it's gone. And I'm actually considering probably going back and playing a Plague Tale Innocence because I want to experience this narrative. Now, for me personally, Horizon Forbidden West, I think those games are always really well made, but there's always something that keeps me back. I think those games are really good, but the first one I finished earlier this year. The second one came out this year, and I put it down. And in fact, I don't even have a copy of it anymore, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I think they're really good. But does this belong up here? Maybe that's not for me to say. I didn't say I didn't enjoy the game, but it didn't keep me like God of War. I'm not putting that down until those credits rolled. Stray, I didn't put that down until the credits rolled. I'm not a big fan of JRPGs, but Xenoblade, those games are hits every time. They've been on the Switch, they remastered the original, they put it on Switch, and that did well. Plague Tale, those games are always highly praised. Horizon Forbidden West, I feel like it just got up there because it's just this big PlayStation release. Cool, no doubt, but you could have put Shifu up there. You could even put Neon White up there, and I don't know, maybe they didn't get that slot because they just aren't one of those indies, but those are indie games that made a big deal. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Do you think everything belongs here, or do you not? Let me know what you think about all this. Alright, that's a wrap for today's video. Let me know what you think about everything down in the comments below. Whether you're playing Pentiment, is this your first time playing one of those point and click games? Did this game specifically interest you? And let's talk about that Game of the Year Awards nomination slot. I need to know what you think about all of this down in the comments below. Let's have a healthy conversation. But if you haven't already, hit that like button and hit the red subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure you hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you know when your boy is posting. And I'm posting definitely every Wednesday, so, and I'll definitely sprinkle some other stuff in. But for now though, this video